Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Presentation, communications, Mr. Superintendent.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. First, I'd like to start with an update on the COVID data for the city and the schools. As of the time that I wrote the report last week on the 4th, we had 0 positive cases in the schools as of that day.
However,
I can report as of the 9th that we currently have 8 cases in the schools. So as the next time I'll report out for the next meeting, I'm sure we'll update that number, but it was a very positive sign. And I was very happy to report to the school committee that at that point in time, we had 0 positive cases. For the city, there was 42 active cases, and I did include the bar charts to show where they mostly were. And you can see from the bar chart on the second page that there was only 2 cases under 19 in the city at that time. I also included the 4 metrics that the state uses in their overview. And since reporting, there has been a slight bump over the past couple days. My second item is a John and Abigail Adams Scholarship. The Commonwealth of Massachusetts has created this merit scholarship to reward hardworking and achievement by Massachusetts students and to encourage students to go to college at one of our top-notch public higher education institutions. The scholarship entitles the recipient to 4 years of free tuition at any University of Massachusetts campus or any state or community college. The choice is based on, the scholarship is based on outstanding MCAS results. For 2022, the following students have been selected, and I'm going to read their names. Andrew Damaris, Esteban Gutierrez Serna, Adam Hussein, Joshua Irons, Paige Neisler, Kathleen Landrum Larkin, Douglas Lothian, Maria McCary, Jacob Nime, Jack Pavo, Heath Sanio, Angelina Saris Coburn, Courtney Sweeney, Aubrey Tenera, and Nicholas Wright. Congratulations to all of those students on receiving the John and Abigail Adams Scholarship. My third item tonight is an update on vaccination rates. I wanted to give the committee an update now that we have gotten all of our systems in place and I can get this data almost on a daily basis. So looking at grades 7 through 12, we have pretty consistent vaccination rates. I would say we are almost directly in line with Middlesex County. I would say within a point. I think Middlesex County is at 71%. So our grade 7 currently is 67.4. Our grade 8 is 67.2. Grade 9 is 72.9%. Grade 10 is 62.9. Grade 11 is 69.8. Grade 12 is 70.3. So most of those are trending in line with where Middlesex County is as a whole. An update on the faculty and staff. We did start looking at the faculty and staff of MHS because that would be the first place that we may have been able to apply for any waiver. Currently, we have 73% of our faculty and staff vaccinated. On my fourth item, and I have an update on this, we are working on a citywide vaccination clinic for children. So I'm happy to report that tonight at 4:30, I did send an email to families. We do have a supply of vaccine available, and we will be hosting a clinic on November 20th. We are working with Bouvier Pharmacy, and Brian Bouvier in particular has been very helpful with us in helping to set this up. There's an online link that people can sign up and do the consent form and pick their time. We're going to be running the clinic on November 20th at the MHS cafeteria between 9 a.m. and 1 p.m. Mr. Diaz has been incredibly helpful. He has arranged for us to have buses available. They're going to run in the city just like any route in Boston. They're going to run continuously. So that way families can grab onto a bus, come on down to MHS, get their shot. for the little kids. We'll also have some snacks available, maybe even some chocolate milk. I don't want to promise, Doug. You tell me. And what we're looking to do is we've sent that out. The link from Bouvier Pharmacy, it's in all 3 languages. I'm sorry, it's in 3 languages: English, Portuguese, and Spanish. And families can sign up for their time slot. So for example, every 15 minutes there'll be time slots. So a family can sign up for a 9:30 appointment. We're asking folks just park in the back on the Stevens Street entrance where Lafrenia Drive is, and just utilize that parking lot. Unless it's handicap accessibility, we can use the front loop for anyone who needs accessibility. And we hope to see a strong demand for it. I'm not going to give a number of how many doses we have. I'm just going to say there's a limited supply. So this is our first run, and we have to make sure that we have doses for the November 20th and also the second dose for December 11th. So we are looking forward to seeing the demand for that. I'm hoping that people come down and utilize our vaccine clinic. So many thanks to Mr. John Garside of the Board of Health. He's been very helpful. And you know, Brian Bouvier has been fantastic as well. I really appreciate them stepping up and working with us to create a clinic for the entire city and get us off on a strong foot. So that's my report for tonight, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you, Mr. Superintendent. I'll just add a couple quick numbers because I kind of gave an update to the council last night. But the numbers from the state are interesting, but sometimes they don't total out. So it kind of messed me up a little bit, but I figured out what they were doing. When they're using percentages, they're using the total population of the city and actually the wrong population. So if you correct that, total population in the city, 72% of the city is completely vaccinated. 80% of the city has had 1 dose. If you just use the people that are eligible for vaccinations up until now, which are the kids 12 and over, which is everyone 12 and over, 89% of the city has had 1 dose, and 80% is fully vaccinated. So it really, you look at it a little differently when you just use the numbers of everyone that is eligible to be vaccinated. 89% of the city has had at least 1 dose. The other thing that I brought up to Mike, I don't know how many times, and really it's been difficult trying to figure it out. The state is saying the kids between 12 and 15, 93% of them have had 1 dose, and 16 to 19, over 95%. So if we take all the kids that are homeschooled, all the kids in AMSA and private schools in Assabet, 120% of those kids must be vaccinated for us to be at 70% or 68%. So I can't figure out why the difference is there, but give me a couple more weeks till the next meeting and I'm working on it. But the numbers just don't jive. And we're thinking of maybe some of the people that didn't give identification or something. Maybe those are the ones the state has, Mike doesn't have, but Mike has the actual numbers from the schools. So, but citywide, like I said, fully vaccinated of eligible people, 80%. So we're doing good.
Great.
Any questions for the superintendent? Ms. Ryan?
I just had a clarifying question. The MHS faculty and staff number at 73% vaccinated, is that self-reported numbers?
Yeah, I asked and I requested that faculty and staff at the high school send me a copy of their card, which we would hold privately in their medical file. So it wasn't something that they had to do, but I asked them if they would do it, and 73% of the folks sent it over.
And it's been a little frustrating because we really don't want to go to mandates, but it's the only way you can find out if people have really been vaccinated or not. You show a card or you start getting tested. And as a city, we don't want to go that route, and the superintendent hasn't wanted to go that route. But everyone has to play fair. Tell us you have, tell us you haven't, that's fine. But we're trying to get that number up so everyone's good to go. Tennessee.
So I guess before we leave that, how are we doing like regular requests to try and make sure that we're getting updates on that? Or is this really something that our hope is that the staff will be supplying that information on a regular basis?
I had sent an email request. Dr. Riley had then followed up with putting it in his read for the weekend.
Okay.
And I think that was 2 weeks in a row we did that, trying to gather the information. Since gathering it, I have not sent it back out because I figure everyone got it. They had a fair and full opportunity to report.
Okay, thank you. And then I guess the next question, which I was looking for clarity on, congratulations to these kids that have achieved this award, because my best recollection is that they had to have been taking testing right around when, like, dealing with the pandemic. And that's, I guess, what I was just trying to understand. And you know, if you don't know off the top of your heads, that's really understandable. But do we know when the testing took place for this group to actually get considered? Because normally it's based off of 10th grade. Excuse me?
This is 2019.
These are the students that opted in to last springs in order to be eligible.
That's what I was thinking. And I guess the reason that I really wanted to kind of bring that up was because our number there is less.
It's a much shorter list.
It's a short list. But I wanted to make sure we were all kind of doing the right comparison as to when that took place, and to actually give a lot of kudos to these kids for opting in to do that. Because to me, that's a really big ordeal. It's a wonderful scholarship that's offered, but knowing all of what everyone's been dealing with, I think that says almost even more about this. I don't know. I just wanted to make sure that was known. So thank you.
It's Matthew.
And I just want to, you did bring it up, but I wanted to point out that at our conference last week that we attended, that our 12 to 15-year-old vaccination rate at 93% was brought up
as an exemplar.
As an
I
exemplar.
love that.
Yeah.
We made it.
We don't know if it's right, but we love that.
Well, the man who presented, Dr. Alan Geller, actually he's not a doctor, I should say, Alan Geller, he is dealing with a lot of the data at the state. So maybe you could call him and he might be able to help you figure out.
DPH is a waste of time to talk to.
Oh, he's not at DPH.
No.
He's at Harvard School of Public Health.
Yeah, but the numbers are from DPH, so.
He tells you where.
Anything else? Thank you. Ms. Murphy.
Thank you. Advanced placement exams are scored on a scale from 1 to 5. Marlborough High School senior Aiden Grocky not only received the top score of 5, but was one of only 152 students from around the world to earn every point possible on this challenging college-level examination. A big part of the AP Art portfolio is called Sustained Investigation, where students create a series of 15 artworks on a theme of their choosing. This part of the portfolio encourages students to explore their artistic voice and the different ways art materials can be used to express their ideas. I attached one piece that the art department shared, created by Aiden, for the Sustained Investigation portion. Another component of the AP portfolio is a written submission that explains their body of work. Receiving a perfect score on the portfolio means that Aiden demonstrated excellent written and visual evidence of inquiry throughout the artistic process. Congratulations, Aiden. On November 2nd was a professional development day for all staff. 70 staff members participated in full-day safety care training, but a majority of the staff spent the morning in school-based teams learning how to respond to microaggressions. Microaggressions, our working definitions, are a comment or action that unconsciously or unintentionally expresses a prejudiced attitudes towards a member of a marginalized group. In the afternoon, MEA members registered for individual sessions. I attached the MEA catalog to my report. Assistant Superintendent O'Brien assigned support staff to individual online trainings focused on homelessness, child abuse, and bullying. Thank you.
Any questions? Ms. Ryan?
Mrs. Murphy, I just was wondering, I loved the PD catalog. I loved reading through it and seeing all the options. Do you track how many people attend each session?
Yes, so every educator, MEA educator, registers for each session in TeachPoint. So we electronically track, and teachers are also able to print out their transcripts of any mini course or any PD that they take throughout the year. Once we confirm attendance, then we confirm and give them the PDP points afterwards.
Okay, great. And if some of the more popular ones offered again on another professional development day?
Absolutely. It's always our hope that we can have multiple sessions of the same content. We want every educator to be excited for the professional development days. It's been a transition, but we're working on it still.
Great, thank you.
Ms. Hennessy?
I just really wanted to call out Aiden Grocky one more time. I'm sorry, but that just absolutely stopped me in my tracks. I'm fortunate that I do know his family and have thought the world of him previous in the many of artistic areas that he's shown himself. But this is amazing, really amazing. And I guess I just wanted to say it again. That's cool.
Any other questions? Thank you very much. Entertain a motion for the minutes of October 26th.
Motion to approve.
Motion made and seconded to approve. Any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor? Opposed? Carries. Public participation. Any public participation? Public participation. Seeing none. FY23 budget calendar.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. At the last school committee meeting, I showed the committee a proposed budget calendar. I'm bringing that budget schedule to the committee today for full approval. Again, the dates are in front of you. On February 8th, the school committee would receive the budget for review. We would host a budget workshop on the 16th of February. On the 8th, we would approve a number for the public,
Public hearing.
for the public hearing, thank you. And then on the 22nd, we will vote on the budget in regular session. And on April 1st, the mayor and the city council will receive the budget.
Any questions from the committee? Entertain a motion.
Motion to accept the budget calendar.
Motion made and seconded to approve. Any discussion? Mr. Superintendent?
If I may, Mr. Mayor, I think one item that I'll bring for the next meeting, not for tonight's meeting, is for us to look at in February, look at the school committee meetings, because we do currently have a meeting on the books during February vacation. I don't think it'll be very well attended, so we might want to look at potentially moving that. And since we're going to be doing another meeting in February to do the budget workshop, I think we can handle it that way. But I'll bring that for the next meeting, just so everyone knows.
Thank you. Any other questions? Seeing none, all those in favor? Opposed? Carries. Policy 8.130, suspension and expulsion.
Well, good evening. Since you all tabled it, because I was not able to be at the meeting last time, you were missing your...
Never approve a policy without you being here.
Thank you. The policy czar appreciates that. So, since you all didn't move forward, here I am tonight asking for, to make a motion to approve the suspension and expulsion policy.
Motion made and seconded to approve. Any discussion? Any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor? Opposed? Carries.
Thank you so much
Thank you.
for waiting for me.
Acceptance of donations, Ohio Pile Prints, Inc., Marlborough High School, $130.66.
Motion to accept.
Motion made and seconded to approve. Any discussion? Seeing none. All those in favor? Opposed? Carries. Any reports of committees? Seeing none. Members forum. Ms. Matthews.
I have reviewed and signed the warrant.
Thank you. Any other members? Mrs. Hennessy.
So first one would be Dessert Theater is coming up, and I'm so excited to actually be able to say that. Now, that said, it's being held in Little Theater, and you need to go ahead and buy your tickets online ahead of time. There's obviously only going to be so many seats, and I'm sorry to say there will not be dessert going on because we can't obviously eat and take off masks and the whole thing because of all of our things, but we're having dessert theater.
So it's called theater.
They're calling it dessert theater because you can go out for chocolate afterwards if you want, okay?
When is it?
So it's going to be on the 19th and the 20th of November. That's why I wanted to say it here. So it's coming up. And I'm real excited that we're going to do it. So I'm really excited for the kids and wanted you all to know about it. 'Cause, that's a cool thing. And Michelle, I'll bring you chocolate if you need some for afterwards, okay?
Just kidding.
Okay.
Thank you very much. Ms. Bodenhediger.
Thank you. As the delegate to the Delegate Assembly of the MASC board meeting, I attended, voted basically the way I was instructed to vote, and all of the resolutions that were presented passed. So.
Would expect nothing less.
Yeah, there was some fruitful discussion on a couple of them, but for the most part, I think most of the amendments were just wording, not anything of substance. That is all.
Thank you. Any other members? Ms. Hennessy.
Sorry, the other reminder would be that winter athletic registration is probably up and available. And if you want to participate in the sports on the high school level, you need to go ahead and register. So get registering. That's it.
Thank you. Anyone else? Just want to remind everyone, Thursday is Veterans Day. Our parade is at 10 o'clock in the morning. We'll be going through Main Street as usual. It's kind of going back to normal, so gives us an opportunity to recognize all our veterans and say thank you. So.
And there is no school.
And your high school band will be there.
Yay.
And it looks like it actually might not rain.
It's not going to rain. So.
Do you mind if I say something?
Go right ahead.
Sure.
Going back to the PD day, I was able to do the team building with Kevin Cormier and the Project Adventure course. And I just want to let you know it was fantastic. He does a fantastic job. He put us through some of the things he does with his students. I was blindfolded much more than I thought.
Oh.
But that is money where it was well spent money for
Okay.
that course because it was absolutely fabulous. And I wish all of the NVA members could experience an afternoon out there. It was a gorgeous afternoon and it was just fabulous.
Yeah, rumor has it that the mayor and the superintendent are going to lead us through it next spring.
Well, I don't know about them leading it, but didn't Mr. Cormier say that he would be willing to do a workshop with us?
Once I'm done
Yeah.
my physical therapy, I'll go through it.
Yeah.
You know it involves heights.
Huh? Yeah, but it's not that high.
I'm so
Okay,
excited
there.
to hear that because when I was reading through, I was like, oh, that looks really
Yeah.
cool.
I want to be the first one to try the zip line when it gets installed.
Anyone else?
That's awesome.
Motion
none.
to adjourn.
Okay, it's seconded to adjourn. All those in favor? Opposed? Carries. Thank you very much.